Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Days Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the left side as the dark gray Lin, we got ari32. Spawn on the right side as the purple Lee, we got LucasRyuka. When it comes to COs, of course Lee is a custom CO, use a Valkyria Chronicles skin. Gregor, standard boarding cost 3, 30, 60, 60. All units in the CO zone gives +10/+10, and also they get +1 movement. Additionally, all units for a super art gets nice simple +10/+10 and +2 movement. So nice and simple, but very powerful day to day, which actually I've never seen him super great. That seems really powerful, but I've never seen him perform immense. Just okay. And Lin's course is unchanged, the cartridge counterpart. Standard boarding cost 1 radius, 30, 60, 60. All units get additional +10/+10. All ground units get additional +20/+20. So she loads up herself in a tank. That tank will get additional 30/+30/+30, but the max out efficiency, so it'll be a total +50/+50. All units get, of course, the super art gets +10/+10. Ground units get additional +20/+20, and of course get +2 vision range and see through hiding places. A bit more competent Sonya. This map is a 3-base map. One airport does the strong side, weak side mechanic. The weak side does have good amount of mountains and other terrain for defensive positioning, and of course a little bit airport for some bit of air support. Looks like capturing the cities behind, and then while Lee's going forward. Just more infantry at the moment. Isabel now has, or Lin has 6,000 income, so she can go for a bike. Bike infantry. And we've got bike double infantry as well. Goes for a recon. She may CO herself in that recon, but maybe not. There is HQ somewhat a little forward. You can always CO units here. And it's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles away. Perfect for pushing forward for tank. Lee does load himself in a bike there, pushing right there. That's actually a good spot because it allows to get units pushed forward quickly. Potentially 2 turns from this base, 1 turn from this base. Not comes to go for a relative speed. She does load herself up into a recon to help reconnoiter the area. Bike, and infantry. Moves around 2 unweighted units there, allowing to push them forward as well. Very nice. Recon heading to the center. Of course, won't be able to see through hiding, but may pick off a strike infantry unit. Tank, bike, and mech. Artillery on the weak side. Also got some mechs going across the mountain. That was spot a bike there, so that's maybe Lee's or Lin's first target there. It's 9 energy. Got another artillery, tank, and commits base skip. Does get trapped there. I'm not sure if she saw that tank heading to the city. Don't believe she did. Did take a pretty good hit there from the mech, so recon needs to back off either way. Interior tank and mech. .20 energy now for Lynn, but she's probably going to be knocked out by the tank there. That's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles away. Taking out 1 health infantry is going to be no problem. Maybe you able to do it for 1 health infantry unit. Nice 1-2 punch, but that tank will be going down, and she will seal this tank there. And that tank is in range of the other tank as well, so she's probably going to seal the tank, strike that other tank, and then probably finish off with another tank. And speaking of tanks, got triple tanks. Seals tank, hits tank. She could try machine gunning down with infantry, but that's not probably going to be likely. Lee right now has 18 energy. Does get a pass on the infantry unit on top of the city. Gets a boost strike there. Back of the 15 energy versus 20 energy. Lee can get quite a bit of power charge this turn. A lot of targets in front of him. 35 energy. Pulls back there. 43 energy. Definitely need some more reinforcements in the center, but luckily these tanks can help out with that. There's an artillery piece there. Battlecopter, mech, flare, and bike. Lynn does have an anti-air in this region, since that's where the airport is, but send the anti-airs down south. Probably a good idea to end the anti-air behind this mountain so we can go north or south. Infantry unit there could probably finish off the 1 health infantry unit, so it doesn't get an extra blocker. Battlecopter, tank, and bike. He's at 14 or 44 energy. He can get a superpower this turn. Pops the superpower immediately, so his infantry units are able to sprint 2 tiles forward, which is good for the mechs. Tank managed to sweep on in as well. Battlecopter hitting the center. Does take up the tank there. Lynn already has a tank on top of the HQ, so she has a quick reinforcement spot. Currently it's only just +10/+10 global, so Lynn can do counterattacks reasonably. Mech, tank, bike, and another battlecopter. There's a lot of mechs there, and with the seal unit nearby, it's probably a good idea maybe not to charge forward. Does seal the tank there. Just getting a nice core tanks there. Goes for a rocket, bike, and mech. Does hit that bike there. 20 now. Lynn has 26,000 income versus 22,000. Let's push forward. One of those things is quite wounded now. It'd probably be best to move her command tank last. Let her the push from the flanks first. Does hit the anti-air. Yep, does get a boost strike there. Pulls back wounded tank to finish that off. Gets a nice strike there. Great use of the CO zone. Get as much CO zone coverage first. Of course, there's a number of mechs in that region. Hits the bike. And starting to push forward to capture those northern properties. Mech, anti-air tank, and another battlecopter. Does hit the infantry there, allowing her to capture the other city next turn. Mech's a good strike there on the tank. Tank does not get finished off there, but the 2 health tank can finish it off. Machine gun down. Leads up to 23 energy. Tank, medium tank, bike. Lynn has a lot of targets in front of her. She can probably generate enough power charge for superpower in this turn. Actually, no, there's exactly 29 energy in front of her. So if she really wanted to, she can pop a superpower this turn, but she moves her command tank. Rocket advance to HQ. It'd be a dangerous thing if it gets loaded up with a CO. But her sealed gun is pretty far forward. A couple 5 health mechs gonna hit her and a full health tank. Does strike with a battle copter. Meteor hits battle copter. He's gonna get some good power charge this turn. And Lynn does lose her command tank. Could seal the rocket, which would be very strong to say the least. Anti-air bike, infantry, and another battlecopter. Does seal the tank there, not the rocket. There's the battlecopter there. Pulls back her tanks. Don't think that rocket's been scouted out just yet. Tank, bike, mech, another battlecopter. Drone captures down south. Pasta superpower. Medium tank charge way forward. It's the tank there, but unranged the artillery. Managed to reach around, hit the artillery. Battlecopter nearby though. Anti-air, however, is nearby as well. Spots everything there, including the rocket, gets a pretty good hit there. Hits the battlecopter as well. Hits the anti-air twice. Battlecopter, bike, flare, and bike. Does look at the battlecopter there, finish off some outlying units there. Our command tank's a little bit exposed. The anti-air maybe reach that battlecopter. Yes, it is. Tank, infantry, and bomber. Takes out a good number of stuff up there. That bomber needs to strike that anti-air as best it can. Anti-air bike. And tank. Does see those units. It's the bike there. We'll strike the artillery piece. Ah, got it. So that's the English. It was just the English and Japanese name for Lucas. I think there's a lot of protagonists whose name is Lucas. I don't know why. Does spot the bomber at the last moment. So, that anti-air going down. Got another anti-air up north. Battlecopter strike Lynn's tank there, and the other tank as well. Could probably merge those together. Never mind. And there's nothing down south to engage the battlecopters on the sea, actually, so it needs some anti-airs. Strikes the mech as well. It's that mech there. It's the anti-air. Does not spot this anti-air and push too far forward. The anti-air will get a good strike on the bomber. But the bomber needs to be doing something, to say at least. Good shot there. Does join there. Up to 39 energy. Anti-air tank to tank. Bomber's heading down south of the winter. Good damage on that tank, and does take out the tank there, so no super power for Lin again. Lee's been doing a great job denying it. When it comes to battle in the field, 104 versus 99, so they're still pretty even. Lin does have a little bit extra income to work with. Battlecopter, tank, bike, and infantry. It does seal the rocket there. If the tanks are not working, just seal the rocket. Still wounded, but should do some good work. A lot of targets in front of it. The anti-air down south only has a 1 health bike as a meat shield, so that can easily be overran, but no tanks to exploit it though. Strikes the anti-air there, but does spot the anti-air, the other anti-air at the exact wrong moment. Decides to push for the battlecopter there, just to get a bit of damage onto that medium tank, since the anti-air is going to be distracted by the bomber. Bomber does go down, hits the regular tank there, trying to capture that property as well as that property. This tank cannot interrupt that capture, but cannot strike the tank either. Does take out that unit there. Lee has 30 energy now. And with the plus from moon range, managed to strike that anti-air. Lee's been doing very well for CO unit. Does take out the unit there. Does take out that unit there. Mech managed to interrupt the capture. Battlecopter strikes regular tank or medium tank. Finish off the medium tank. It's the flare. It's the tank there. It's the battlecopter. Takes out that tank as well. Anti-air, tank, infantry, and battlecopter. Tank, infantry, flare, and battlecopter. That's another round of that battlecopter, slowly picking apart. Does take it out there. Rocket advanced. I don't think it was spotted in its advance. Hits that infantry unit again, interrupt the capture a little bit further. Takes up the anti-air. Pulls back the tank. Got 2 health and a full health anti-air. He then does spot the full health anti-air. Tank, infantry, and battlecopter. Spots the regular tank there on top of this property. Lee has enough for another superpower, but maybe if he doesn't need the +2 moon range, he can just simply save it for another turn. Plus 10% global is nice, but nothing critical. Battlecopter, bike, bike, bike. Good shot there. Isabel still has 25,000 income versus 24. Oh, there's the superpower. Flare sprints his way forward. Battlecopter as well. Infantry scouts the tank. Will find the anti at the exact wrong moment. Finds a 1 health mech and gets trapped there. That's actually quite important getting trapped like that. Or should not try to advance over the hiding spots. It's more likely where units are going to be rusting. You can make a gamble on plains and roads, but it's probably a bad idea to gamble onto cities and forests. And a lot of trapped units there, which is not good for Lee, which could be very problematic. Not to mention, Isabel can get some good aura boosts near here. Tracks that unit there, picks it off with a mech, and picks off the infantry there. Lots of power charge, 49. Surrounds her rocket now. That was a efficient anti-air there. Guess I can't range. No, I can easily range that. Maybe with the after -2 moon range. Yeah, the battlecopter placement there is not great since it's in range of the anti-air, unless he wants to lure the anti-air in for power charge. We'll spot the battlecopter now. Hits the anti-air twice. Hits the battlecopter once. Isabel is at 56 energy, so she just needs 4 energy to get her superpower. But she'll have to sack the turn of the rocket, not to mention a lot of her units is getting quite wounded. But additional 30% firepower on all of her ground units, plus able to spot through hiding spots, could be very good. She may pop her superpower this turn. Guess we'll wait and see. Does not. Decides to take out the capturing infantry unit. It's the battlecopter. It's the battlecopter. It's the medium tank. Shoots the medium tank down with machine gun bullets. I guess she didn't really need her superpower this turn. This turn was pretty productive for her. Since it provides good vision range and spotting and seeing through hiding places, it's not a bad superpower if you don't know where your opponent is, since that's its job. And then if you just sort of waste it, at least if you charge forward, you know where your opponent is and is not. So her wasting her superpower is nothing critical. Would be nice not to waste, of course, but sometimes the intelligence itself is worth the value. We're going to see her superpower this time, I'm guessing. Or not. I was mistaken. It is a pretty powerful CO zone aura, and now it's at 3 radius, so it's very usable. Sacks the anti there, hits the battlecopter twice. Bike, flare, tank, and another battlecopter. 149,000 versus 91. Takes the battlecopter there. Hits the tank there, up to 32 energy. Tank. Interrupts the capture once again. Takes out that infantry unit there. Battlecopter strikes bike. And that one as well. Takes out the tank. 9 capture marks remaining, so it'll be down to 1. As well, count how much energy Lee has. Make sure units stay outside the zone so there's no superpower. And Lee's superpower's increased movement range is very nice. And Adder, it's basically Adder's superpower. Because you get the +2 movement range and plus +10 global. So it basically is Adder's superpower. Should I just start calling Sidewinder? I know those COs have their own names for their superpowers, you just don't see in the replay or how I've been looking them up. The artillery up north is now going to be in range. Yep, something tells me this is a good time for Lin's superpower. Does not go for right there. Does get trapped there. Does not see the rocket. Goings there. Rocket pushes way forward, trying to push forward the CO zone. She's putting more out in the CO zone. Good kills there. Infantry, bike, tank, and bomber. It's the anti-air there. Anti-air. Decides to take a shot there from the side when using CO zone to get some power charge and energy charge. Hits the battlecopter, hits the flare. And Lee's starting to disintegrate right now. Tank, tank, tank. Pops superpower there, so it gets plus 2 in range. Takes out battlecopter. Tank hits artillery. Does spot the CO rocket. Artillery, war tank, and mech. It's starting for like that. Lin's contacts are just going to be immense. I'll flip that property as well. It's the rocket there for a bit of damage, but of course be mostly repaired on up. Lin's southern flank's not super great at the moment, but needs another anti-air down there. Anti-air tank and bike. Interrupts that capture. Takes the battlecopter. Lots of things going down south. Another war tank, anti-air mech. Just gonna strike down that battlecopter. Takes out Lee's command bike. One of these war tanks may just get CO'd. And Lynn's trying to capture some more profits in the center there. Just 27,000 versus 22,000. Pops superpower. Sees the war tank. Bombs the war tank. Hits the war tank. Sees the anti-air. And blocks the anti-air from engaging the bomber, though I think that is still in range. Yep, it's still in range. The war tank of North may just get CO'd. Got 49,000 versus 177, so Lee is very behind, but looks like he's just going to play out to the end. Goes for a rocket down south, or up north, going 3 directions. Bomber strikes a war tank. And Lee does go ahead and resign. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.